everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. If you have not subscribed to my channel, don't forget to subscribe. And today I'll be showing you how to crochet this skirt. And to make this skirt, first we'll be making the waistband of this skirt. Then after that, we'll be increasing the hip size of this skirt. Then lastly, we'll be adding the loop stitches on the lower part of the skirt. So I'll be guiding you on how to make this skirt. And first thing, take the measurement of your waist, then take the measurement of your hips. Then after that, let's make the skirt. So let's dive in, and the following are the requirements to make this skirt. We require 2 stitch mark. Then I'll be using this color of yarn. It's a robin yarn and it's a 50-gram weight yarn. Then lastly, you require a measuring tape, a hook. I'll be using a 3mm hook. Then you also require a pair of scissors. First thing, take the measurement of your waist. We start by protecting the waistband, so take the measurement of your waist. Then after that is what we'll be crocheting. So let's get started. We start by making a slip knot as usual, and this is how we make a slip knot. Then after that, chain 15 stitches. So I'll be crocheting a waist size of 28. So we'll be using a ribbed pattern to make the waistband. So we start by chain 15. So chain 15. Then after that, I'll be here to show you what to do next. Then after chaining 15 stitches, chain 1 more stitch. Then skip this stitch that you have chained. Then on the next stitch, place a single crochet. We'll be using single crochet to make the waistband. So on the rest of 15 stitches, place single crochets on them. I've completed making a row of single crochet. Then after that, chain 1, turn your work around, skip the first stitch. So this is my first stitch, so skip the first stitch. Then onto the second stitch, place a single crochet on the back loop. We'll be using back loops because we'll be making a ribbed pattern, so use the back loops only. So repeat this, and I'll meet you when you reach over here to show you what to do next. I've completed my second row of single crochet. So then after that, chain 1, skip the first stitch. Then onto the rest of the stitches, place single crochets on the back loops of each and every stitch. So make this until you achieve your waist size, and ensure that you're stretching it out to ensure that So repeat this until you achieve the waist measurement. For example, if I crocheted this to 20 inches, but if I stretch it up, it's reaching to 28 inches, that is where I should stop. So for example, if you are crocheting a waist size of 24 inches and your current measurement of your waistband is at 13, but if you stretch it up, it's reaching at 24 inches, that's where you should stop. So repeat this until you reach your waist measurement. Then after that, I'll be here to show you what to do next. And don't forget to like this video so that you can motivate me to keep on uploading more tutorials. After achieving your waist measurement, you'll be joining the ends together. So this is not my real waist size, because I've already crocheted some piece of the skirt, but I'll be using the skirt on other clips. So this is what I'll be using to guide you. So just join the pieces together. Insert the hook on this stitch on the other end. Then also insert the hook on the other stitch. Then pull through the yarn. After that, chain 1 and turn your work around. Insert the hook on the other stitch, pull through the yarn. You should have 2 loops on your hook. Then after that, yarn over all the 2 loops at the same time. So again, insert the hook on the both stitches on the ends. Then after that, pull through the yarn. You should have 2 loops on your hook. Then after that, yarn over all the 2 loops at the same time. So repeat this until you complete this. and after that I'll be here to show you what to do next. So I've completed joining the skirts. I've completed joining the edges of this skirt, or the edges of the waistband, not for this skirt. So ensure this is at the wrong side of the skirt. So there is a wrong side of the skirt and there is a right side of the skirt. So the wrong side of the skirt is the inner part of the skirt. So to ensure this it's at the inner part of the skirt, you just chain one. So chain one and turn your work around. Then after that, repeat a row of half double crochet in each and every stitch. So place a half double crochet, so place half double crochet until you complete this first round. Then after that, I'll be here to show you what to do next. I've completed making the first row of half double crochet. So what I will do to join the rows, I'll just slip stitch onto where I chained one. So just slip stitch onto that space where you chained one. Then after that, chain one again. So in row 2 will be increasing the hips of this skirt. So ensure this is that the middle part of the back part of the skirt, and this will be the hips of this skirt. So if it's a bit difficult for you to estimate the hips of this skirt, you just count the number of rows on this side and the number of rows on this side and ensure that they are equal. Then after that, place your stitch mark on the hips of your skirt. Then after that, I'll be here to show you what to do next. So after chaining one, you just move around the skirt. So after chaining one, don't turn your work around, just move around the skirt. So we'll be placing single crochets on this stitch over here. You'll be placing half double crochets, not single crochet. So place half double crochets in each and every stitch, and I'll meet you on the stitch that you have placed your stitch mark to show you what to do next. So I've reached the stitch where I've placed my stitch mark. I'm just going to remove the stitch mark. Then after that, place 3 half double crochet in that same stitch. So place 3. So this is my first stitch and this is my second stitch. So after making your second stitch, place, so just return the stitch mark on the second stitch. So that is the stitch where we'll be making an increase. Then place your third stitch on that very same stitch. Then after that, repeat half double crochet, 1 half double crochet in each and every stitch until you reach on the other side where you have placed your stitch mark. So repeat this. I'll meet you on the other side where you have placed your stitch mark to show you again what to do. On the stitch with the stitch mark, I'm just going to remove the stitch mark. Then after that, place 3 half double crochet inside the same stitch. So this is my first half double crochet, then this is my second half double crochet. So I'm just going to return my stitch mark on the second half double crochet. Then after that, I'm going to place my third half double crochet in the same stitch. Then after that, repeat half double crochets in each and every stitch, and I'll meet you on the last stitch to show you how to join the rounds. I'm ending row 2. So to end this row, I will just slip stitch onto where I chained one. So slip stitch onto that stitch, and this is how we make a slip stitch. Then after that, chain one and continue with your round. We'll be placing half double crochet in each and every stitch. So for row 3, there will be no increase, it's just a constant row. So all the odd numbers will be making constant rows. These are the rows with no increase, and for even rows we'll be making increases. So to make the increases, that way we'll be placing 3 half double crochet in each stitch that appears to be on the hip size. So for row 3, it will just be a constant row. This is a row with no increase. So that is why we are calling it a constant row. So repeat half double crochet in each and every stitch, and I'll meet you here to show you how to return your stitch mark. So remember, this is a constant rows, and for each and every odd number row it will be a constant row, and for an even number, for even rows we'll be making an increase. So repeat 1/2 double crochet in each and every stitch. I'll meet you here to show you how to return your stitch mark. I'm next to my stitch mark, so I'm going to place a half double crochet on that stitch, then remove the stitch mark on the next stitch. Then after that, place 1/2 double crochet in that stitch. Then after making the 1/2 double crochet, we are going to return our stitch mark over there so as to make an increase on the 4th row. So remember, the 4th row is an even row. That is where we'll be making an increase. So repeat 1/2 double crochet in each and every stitch. So also repeat the same on this place that you have placed your stitch marks. Just place 1/2 double crochet over there and return your stitch mark on that very stitch. So repeat this until you complete this row. Then after that, I'll be here to explain to you what to do next. So I'm going to end this row, and to end this row we are going to slip stitch onto where you have chained one. So slip stitch onto that stitch like that, then after that chain one. So for this is our, so we are moving to the 4th row. For 4th row it's an even row, and we'll be making an increase. So place 3/2 double crochet on where you have placed your stitch mark. Then remember, so I will just repeat what I've said. So for even rows we'll be making increases, and for odd numbers we'll be making constant rows. So repeat this until you achieve your hip measurement. So remember to stretch your skirt when you are taking the measurement, and ensure you don't stretch it out a lot so that you can't destroy your pattern. So repeat this until you reach your hip measurement. Then after that, I'll be here to show you what to do next. After a couple of rows, this is what I have. I'm going to take the measurement of this skirt so that I can see if I've already reached my hip measurement. So the skirt is at 16 inches, and if I stretch it up, it's reaching up to 20 inches. And remember, 20 times 2, that is 40, and I'll be crocheting a hip size of 40. So after achieving your hip size, you will make constant rows, and the skirt is at 10.5 inches. So this is current length of my skirt, and I'll be crocheting a length of 17 inches. So I'm going to repeat constant rows from 10.5 inches up to 14 inches. So these are rows with no increase. So repeat them up to the length that you want, but for me I'll be crocheting the constant rows up to 14 inches. Then after that, I'll be here to show you what to do next. After a couple of rows, this is how my skirt looks. I'm going to take the measurement of this skirt. So my skirt is at 14 inches. Then after achieving 14 inches, you are going to make the loop stitches, and I'm going to guide you on how to make the loop stitches. And remember, I'll be crocheting a length of 17 inches for this skirt. So for the next 3 inches, we'll be making the loop stitches. So let's dive in. So this is the middle part of the skirt, and here it's where I'm ending the rows and starting the new rows, and we start to make the loop stitches from this part. So chain one as usual. Then after that, insert the hook, then grab the yarn, twist around the yarn, then pull through the yarn on that stitch. You should have 3 loops on your hook. So this is my first loop. Then there are 2 loops over here. Then after that, drop this loop that is on your finger. So drop it like that. Then after that, yarn over all the 3 loops at the same time. So again, you are going to insert the hook on the next stitch. Then so so ensure these loop stitches are this is the middle part of the back of the skirt that I'm crocheting. So we are going to chain one as usual. Then and remember, these loop stitches should appear on the front part or the right side of the skirt. So after chaining one, we are going to turn our work around so that this is the wrong part of the skirt and this is the right part of the skirt. So after turning our work around, the loop stitches will be lying on the front part of the skirt, on the right part of the skirt, not the front part of the skirt. So after that, chain one, turn your work around. Then after that, insert the hook. So you are going to insert the hook on the next stitch. Then grab a loop like I've done, twist the loop, then pull through the yarn. You should have 3 loops on your hook. So this is my first loop, and these are the 2 loops. Then after that, you are going to drop this. We are going to drop this loop that is around our finger, so drop it. Then after that, yarn over all the 3 loops at the same time. So again, insert the hook, grab the loop, then twist the yarn, then pull through the yarn on the next stitch. You should have 3 loops on your hook. Then after that, drop the loop that you have made. Then after that, yarn over all the 2 loops at the same time. So I'm going to show you again what I've done. So just insert the hook, grab the yarn, then twist around the yarn, then pull through the yarn on the next stitch. You should add 3 loops on your hook. Then after that, drop the loop that is on your finger. Then after that, yarn over all the 3 loops at the same time. So repeat this until you reach the end of this row. Then after that, I'll be showing you what to do next. Then so repeat this until you reach the back of this, the middle part of this cut. So after ending this row, I'll be showing you what to do next, but it's just a repetition of what you have done. So this may look a bit difficult, but you'll get faster as you continue trying it. So it's so simple, and to give you a cute skirt. So mostly when you're using an old yarn, it will give you a cuter skirt on the lower side, but I'm using a new yarn. So if you want it to look more cute, you should use a old yarn. So this is how my loop stitches look. So I'm almost completing this row. So what I'm going to do is slip stitching onto where we had chain one. So slip stitch onto where we had chain one. Then after that, chain one. Then repeat a row of loop stitches. So I'm going to make rows of loop stitches until I achieve 3 inches. So you can do the same and repeat this. So that is the end of this tutorial, and hope this tutorial was helpful. So don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and also don't forget to like this video. I have a lot of design that I'm coming up with, so just subscribe and hit the notification bell so that you can't miss out.